Okay, good afternoon, guys. So yeah, I'm back again. So yeah, I know I haven't posted anything in more than 6 weeks. Sorry, more than 6 months or 8 months. I don't know, but that one doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm back now, and with positive energy. And yeah, okay, guys. So okay, unfortunately, while I was taking this video, something happened to my phone. So that's why I've already wrote it down. Something happened while I was recording, and I didn't want to post a short video that will require me to post another part of the video which I will be discussing the same question. So I decided so that I can just restart it. It doesn't matter whether I've already written whatever I've written here, it doesn't matter. But I'll explain it so that you can understand. Okay. So yeah. This is the first question of the June exam question paper from last year. For those who did matric in last year, this is for matric. But also in grade 11, this type of questions you will always find them during your exam papers. Okay, so here we have a polynomial, which polynomial meaning it has more than one term, I think, or more than two terms. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. The polynomial, it means that it has more than two terms. Okay, we have three terms, which is x squared minus x and negative 20, and they are all equals to 0. Okay, so and those polynomials, they make an equation. Okay, so yeah, then here we need to solve for x. The question was to solve for x. Okay, so in order for us to be able to solve for x, you can use a quadratic formula, which will just only require us to identify a, b, and c, right? You can see that our a here is going to be the coefficient of x squared, our b is going to be the coefficient of x, then our c will be this constant, right? So, but since this thing can be factorized, so it means you can factorize it. So actually you have to factorize it, because most of the time if it can be factorized, they want you to factorize it. Okay, but even if you use a quadratic formula, they will give you the full marks as long as you show what you did. Okay, but it's better if you factorize them to show that you understand the math. Okay, so now we're going to find the factors of this whole equation. So but since we have x squared here, the first thing that you have to do, you have to write the two brackets and write x and x. Okay, this one is something that you have to do without thinking. Okay, then after then, in order for us to get the factors that will give us the middle term, we have to take our constant, which is our last term, and find its factors. And from its factors, we have to look for the factors which, when we add them or when we subtract them, we're going to get a negative 1. Okay, and the factors of 20 is 10 and 2, 20 and 1, 5 and 4. Okay, so but if you add 20 and 1 is 21, or if you're saying 1 minus 20 is negative 19, obviously you will never get a negative 1. But if you can take 4 plus 5, you get 9, which is not negative 1, right? But if you can say 4 minus 5, you're going to get negative 1, which is going to give us the coefficient of the middle term, right? So meaning the factors that we'll put in the brackets there is going to be 5 and 4. Okay, right? Then you're going to write 5 and 4. But like I said, if you take 4 and minus 5, you're going to get negative 1, meaning 5 is going to have a negative sign and 4 is going to have a positive sign, like I did there. So now we come to a step where we have to equate all the expanded or the factorize the vision vectors of our equation and make them into b equals to 0, right? Okay, I know I said a lot of things that some of you may not understand, but it's fine. Okay, so yeah, then you're going to take the factors that are inside the brackets, and now we have to equate them equal to 0. But most of the teachers in high school, they never tell us why we have to do that. Okay, they never told us why we had to do that. I'm no longer in high school, so yeah. Okay, so the reason why you have to do that is because when you're multiplying two numbers or three numbers or four numbers, as long as you're multiplying them, in order for the product of those numbers to be equal to 0, it means one of the expressions there, or one of the factors of that product, has to be equal to 0, right? And our factors here is x minus 5 and x plus 4. One of these, between x plus 4 and x minus 4, one has to be equal to 0, so that our expression, or whatever we expressed here, can be true. But we don't know which one has to be equal to 0, right? Hence, that's why we say x minus 5 equals to 0, or x plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, because we don't know which one is equals to 0, so that's why we equate both of them to be equals to 0. Then it means x equals to 5, or x equals to negative 4. Then here are our values of x. So basically meaning that if you take minus 5 and put it here instead of x in the first bracket and put 5, you're going to have 5 minus 5, which is equals to 0. So it doesn't matter the value of x here, you're going to put, this product will always be 0. Okay, and also it means if you take the negative 4 and substitute it here instead of x, you're going to have a 0 on the second bracket, meaning it won't matter the whatever value of x you put on the first bracket. Okay, that is what it basically means. Okay, so yeah guys, that was a question 1, that was 1.1.1. okay.